King Kong vs. Godzilla was released in 1962, and in this movie, after Godzilla is terrorizing people once again, the people decide to kidnap King Kong in order to combat him. But after King Kong escapes captivity, he decides to go one-on-one with Godzilla. So with the release of Godzilla vs. Kong on the way, I thought, why not talk about the very first encounter between these two? Now keep in mind, if you want to watch this movie, just be prepared to watch some bad acting.
Godzilla!
Let's start with the positives. I do like the action sequences, mainly the final fight. Now, the movie itself is a little boring, and I'll talk about that in my negatives, but some of the action sequences were pretty good. Even though this movie came out in the 60s, there were some scenes where I was like, oh, that's pretty good. But then there are other scenes where I was like, ooh, that does not look good. Another positive here is the look of Godzilla. Now, throughout history, sometimes Godzilla looks amazing and sometimes he looks downright terrible, but I think they actually got him pretty good in this movie. He looks menacing, the roar is great. I think overall they got his presence. I think that's what's really important about Godzilla, is that you need to have his presence down, and I just really think he was great in this movie. To kind of piggyback off of that, Godzilla's roar is great, and also King Kong sounds are great. Anytime they roared, growled, anything like that, it looked good, it sounded great. You know, when you make King Kong or Godzilla movies, you want to make sure they sound good, because if they sound menacing, then it makes the movie more enjoyable, and I definitely enjoyed it anytime they were on screen. Alright, so unfortunately now we're going to get into my negatives. Now, let me just say this. The acting, I want to say the acting is bad, but I don't think it's really the actor's fault, because I actually watched the English dub version of this, and whoever decided to cast the voices for the English dub, they were absolutely terrible. They made the movie so bad. Now, don't get me wrong, some of the acting you could tell was just not the best, but the voice acting did not help at all.
You dumbbell! Dumbbell? No more! I'm sick of Godzilla! Got me! Hey! Come back! You'll be killed! You'll be killed!
What's wrong?
I thought you were dead.
Dead?
What also makes me laugh is the tone of this movie. Like, Godzilla is literally ruining cities, and he is gigantic. He's a titan, he can, you know, has his atomic breath, he is terrifying. But anytime the reporters talk about him, anytime the scientists talk about him, they're just like, oh, that Godzilla, he's here terrorizing our town again. Like, it just makes me laugh, because reporters are asking the scientists, like, oh my god, what's gonna happen to Godzilla? And he's just like, well, don't worry, we have a plan, so no need to panic. Meanwhile, in the modern Godzilla movies, everybody's just screaming bloody murder. Just nuke him! Nuke everything! We just nuke everybody! And it's just like, whoa, the tones are just so different in these two universes, and it just really makes me laugh. Another huge negative is the writing. Like, it's so obvious what is going to happen, and everything is just spoon-fed to us through these news channels and these reporters that are just catching you up on the plot as if we don't know what's going on.
Maybe he could be one of the survivors. Why don't you go to Hokkaido?
Do not go to Hokkaido. I repeat, the Japanese government has asked me to inform all people that they have good reason to believe Godzilla will strike next at Hokkaido.
That's another thing. About 85% of this film is just news anchors talking on TV to us, the audience, about what is going on. Instead of showing us what's happening, they just tell us. Like, they'll show one scene of Godzilla or one scene of King Kong, and they'll just cut to a monotone news anchor going like, and now Godzilla's moving up a couple paces north, and the scientists are trying to figure out what's going on. We'll be sure to keep you up on it. I didn't come here to watch you. I want to see big titans fight each other and destroy towns. I don't want to see no news anchor explaining to me what's going on. It was just so boring and ridiculous. Now, I said Godzilla looked decent. Oh man, the same cannot be said for King Kong. This look is straight up doo-doo. Like, whoever made the costume for this, it looks like somebody put on a costume and that costume got plastic surgery. That's how bad it looked in this movie. Like, he did not look menacing at all. Like, he had a great looking roar and sound, but when it comes out of that face, you just start laughing uncontrollably. You're just like, yeah, this is not King Kong. I don't know what they were doing in this movie. Also, sticking with Kong, why did they make him such a moron in this movie? They said that King Kong is way smarter than Godzilla, but I never got that feeling. When they had their first confrontation, Godzilla is just throwing stuff at him, and Kong is just standing there like, oh, he just stands there, and then he just walks away. Why did they make him look so weak in this movie? And also how he was shown as weak is that the natives could just put him to sleep by just banging on some drums and playing some music. He just passes out. it makes him look so weak, even though I'm pulling for King Kong. Clearly he is the good guy in this film. It just, you're left with a weak hero. Meanwhile, Godzilla's just atomic breathing all over the place. You're just like, I don't know what's going on. Now, the end fight is really good. I actually really enjoyed that fight, but the ending was kind of left ambiguous. I don't know why, but you kind of don't see a winner. I mean, you see King Kong get up, but they never confirmed that Godzilla was gone at the end or that he lost. But later on, the director said, yes, King Kong won that fight. So it's nice to see that Kong got a victory. I don't know what's going to happen in this new movie. Maybe Godzilla gets his win back. I don't know. I'm Team Kong all the way. I've been since day one. I'm going to be pulling for my man King Kong, but we'll see what happens. Overall, guys, look, this movie was made in the 60s, so I kind of take it with a grain of salt, but although the 30s King Kong movie and the original Godzilla movie were incredible, so I'm just going to give this movie a C. I mean, it's just dumb fun. I mean, the acting's bad, the writing is bad, the plot is bad, a lot is bad. A lot is bad. But the final fight, good. Guys, thanks so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.